construction projects.
News with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It's October 26th. I'm Katrina Smith. Well, Hurricane Melissa strengthened to a Category 4 hurricane overnight, still traveling at that dangerously slow pace of just 5 miles an hour this morning. Let's bring in meteorologist James DeFazio now, talking about the pace of that hurricane. I mean, the strength, yes, huge, but the pace is what makes it painstaking.
Yeah, we were watching it go from 1 mile an hour at this time yesterday to 3 miles an hour last night. We're up to 5 miles an hour now. It's really not moving a whole lot, and that's really allowing this to strengthen. It's in a very favorable environment for intensification, and that's why we've seen this go from a Category 1 all the way up to a Category 4 storm very, very quickly.
Right, we're looking at the track from before, and again, it's not supposed to hit Jamaica until Monday night or Tuesday morning.
Early Tuesday morning for a direct landfall. The cone has now been narrowed to the point where a direct landfall looks likely somewhere on the island of Jamaica. Right now it is forecast right for the center of the island. It is also forecast now to reach Category 5 intensity and then weaken just before landfall. So we are going to be keeping a very close eye on this. We're tracking each one of these updates. The pressure's down to 952 millibars, indicating this is further intensifying as this continues to work west-northwest. And yes, it's going to strengthen into a 5 later today. Fortunately, it is still forecast to weaken to a 4 before crossing over the island of Jamaica, but by then it's really not going to make too much of a difference. The damage will have been done in terms of how much energy has generated itself within the system. Locally, we're talking about dense fog this morning. No matter where you look, Oneonta, Cooperstown in the distance, off our tower cam, or in the distance off of Utica, we're seeing areas of patchy fog. Only 1 mile visibility in Hamilton, 0 miles in Binghamton. Just be careful if you're doing any traveling this morning. You're going to encounter some fog. It's a chilly start. We're up to 34 degrees with sunny skies. We're going to be seeing plenty more sunshine today. Dry weather is working in on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Highs today are going to be in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. And again, we're tracking those decreasing clouds. Coming up, we'll break down what the beginning of your work week looks like for weather, as well as talk a little bit more about Hurricane Melissa. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. 1 person is dead, 6 are hurt at a shooting on Lincoln.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. We're tracking improving weather conditions today. After a mixed bag of conditions yesterday with some scattered showers, today we're tracking entirely dry weather and the return of sunshine. Take a look at downtown Utica, where you can see the one hazard that we do have to talk about in the distance there. We have some low-lying fog in the area this morning, and it's quite dense in certain places. It's not widespread dense, but areas of dense fog out there this morning. So just be careful if you're doing any traveling. We're up to 34 degrees with sunny skies. It was a very chilly night. We all hit a frosty freeze night. Old Forge still in the upper 20s at this time. We're going to steadily rise in temperature today all the way up through the 30s, up into the 40s, and the Mohawk Valley regions will be closing in on highs right around 50 degrees. Areas of fog continued this morning right until about mid-morning, and then they will disperse. Sunshine returns today, and then our next chance for widespread rainfall arrives Thursday. Tonight's freeze risk is actually increased compared to last night. It is going to be chilly tonight. We're expecting, while it did get into the 20s across the North Country last night, and while we expect that to happen again and have similar temperatures, the areas across the Mohawk Valley and the southern tier where we forecasted low 30s last night, we're expecting mid to upper 20s across the southern tier and the Mohawk Valley tonight. So a hard freeze for all of central New York. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet, dry, and going to stay that way today. We're going to see calm, beautiful weather, decreasing clouds, and sunny weather by midday, partly sunny and mostly sunny by this evening. Hurricane Melissa has exploded overnight from a Category 1 all the way to a Category 4 storm. Watched it go from 100-mile-an-hour winds all the way up to 140-mile-per-hour winds. It's forecast to strengthen up to a Category 5 and then make a turn northwestward towards the island of Jamaica. It's forecast to weaken to a Category 4 storm before crossing over Jamaica and moving northwestward towards Cuba. This is going to be a catastrophic event for the island of Jamaica as well as for Western Haiti, because Western Haiti is on the right side of the system. That's where the worst of the weather in a tropical system occurs, is in the right front quadrant. So really unfortunate situation. Pray for the people of Jamaica and Hispaniola. Today we have beautiful weather, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s to near 50. Very clear skies tonight allow for it to cool off very, very easily. Lows all the way down in the mid to upper 20s. Today, highs right around 50 degrees with decreasing clouds throughout the day. Look at your 7-day forecast. It's a beautiful day for the Making Strides Against Cancer Awareness Walk, and we're going to see a little bit of chilly conditions for the walkers out there this morning, but dry, sunny skies and decreasing clouds, pleasant conditions. That continues into the beginning of next week. Mostly sunny skies each day with highs right around the 50-degree mark. Rainfall makes its return on Thursday. Katrina, any guesses on this? How big?
Let's go with C.
Did you used to pick out the big pumpkin, the round pumpkin, the tall pumpkin?
Usually the biggest.
Okay.
You know, I was that girl.
Was it that big? Was it that?
No.
Isn't that insane?
No.
I couldn't believe that. Blew my mind. So this was grown in California by a guy named Travis Geiger in 2023.
Wow.
And it also set the record for largest circumference, which means they took a measuring tape, went all the way around it, and it was 21 feet around.
Wow. That's bigger than my
How do they
wingspan.
move it around? I mean, they probably put it on a trailer, but that's got to be a big trailer.
Yeah, a trailer, a forklift.
It's got to be a big trailer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, James. I can't wait for your next trivia question. Well, the Central Association. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for this half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Get you right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio on this Sunday morning. A little crisp out there this morning.
Very crisp. I don't know. I haven't had to scrape yet. This was the first time.
You know what? I do that little cheating move where you just boop, boop with the washer fluid.
With the wiper fluid. Yeah, that is a little cheating code. Yes, that does work.
And it's not so thick.
Let's talk about Hurricane Melissa a little bit, because this is going to turn into what is going to probably go down in history as one of the most destructive storms to hit the Atlantic Sea, to hit the Atlantic Basin in any recent memory. We're down to 952 millibars, 140 mile per hour sustained winds. This rapidly intensified from a Category 1 to a Category 4. It's going to strengthen into a Category 5. Fortunately, it is supposed to weaken to a 4 prior to landfall, but it's going to cross the island of Jamaica as a strong Category 4 hurricane. We're tracking areas of patchy fog this morning. They are beginning to lift and become less dense, but they're still out there. We're seeing these numbers improve. We're not at 1 or 0. We're up to 3 and 7 miles an hour of visibility. Much more sunshine today, 34 degrees with sunny skies. Dry weather as well. We're done with those showers and that off from that northwesterly flow. Highs today are going to be in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Coming up, we're going to break down the entirety of this upcoming week's forecast, as well as talk about Hurricane Melissa in further detail. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. Early.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. We're tracking improving weather conditions for the back half of our weekend, and it's going to continue into the start of our work week. We are also keeping an eye out for some areas of patchy fog this morning. You can see it in the distance here off of our Nexus cam. Very low-lying clouds on the horizon, and we're seeing patchy fog. It was quite dense about an hour or so ago. It's becoming much less dense than it was. As we get towards mid-morning, we're closing in on the 10 a.m. hour now. By the time we get to 10:30, I really expect most of this fog to have dissipated. 34 degrees with sunny skies at Griffith and Rome. A very chilly start to the day, and it's going to be a very chilly beginning to the day, but we do warm up through the 30s, well into the 40s. we're going to have highs right near 50 degrees this afternoon. Areas of fog continue this morning for another hour or two. Sunshine makes its return today after several cloudy, very blustery, rainy, showery days. And then our next chance for rainfall, widespread, is a possibility, comes on Thursday. Look at frost risk for tonight. We're tracking very chilly temperatures tonight. Lows are going to be widespread, mid to upper 20s across all of the Mohawk Valley, the southern tier, and the North Country. We're all going to see a hard freeze tonight. Prepare for a chilly night ahead. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry this morning, and it is going to stay that way today. High pressure has fully moved in and has taken over our control of our weather. Hurricane Melissa has exploded from a Category 1 all the way to a major Category 4 hurricane. She's only moving west at 5 miles per hour, almost stationary. It's going to crawl west-northwestward toward Jamaica before turning northwestward and begin to work up towards Cuba. Unfortunately, this is forecast to strengthen all the way up to a Category 5 storm. It is going to weaken to a Category 4 storm before making landfall on Jamaica, but it's going to be a very strong Category 4, a very damaging, catastrophic hurricane. This is going to be a horrific multi-day event. Here locally, though, calm weather. We're going to see decreasing clouds today with highs in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees, partly to mostly sunny skies by this evening. A very chilly night tonight, clear skies with lows in the mid to upper 20s across all of central New York. Tomorrow, another very similar day, partly sunny skies with highs near 50 degrees yet again. Again, today decreasing clouds as the day progresses with highs right around the 50-degree mark. Look at your 7-day forecast. Beautiful weather for the Making Strides Against Cancer Awareness Walk. We have beautiful weather to begin our week. Mostly sunny skies Friday with highs in the upper 40s. Low 50s Tuesday and Wednesday with pleasant conditions. Rain makes its return on Thursday. Showers are possible on Friday and Saturday, but we're really tracking a chance for a low-pressure center to bring widespread rainfall on Thursday. Katrina, do you know the answer to this? Because this is a little dark, but since we're talking about the Making Strides, I want to talk about how important their mission is here, because this number is sobering.
Sure thing. And the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk taking place this morning. I'm going to go with C, 30%.
I can't believe it, but it's, yep, it's 40%. So I didn't update the bottom there, but I can verbally tell you 39% for females, 42% for males. That's really, really high. Everyone is affected one way or another, whether it's directly or indirectly. If you can contribute in any way, absolutely.
Then you want to make that contribution. We do have video of the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk from years past, so I'd like to show that right now if we can. It looks like we don't have video, so we'll get to that in just a moment. In the meantime,
James Fazio joins us in the Weather Center. Before the show, you said you were going to wait for my reaction on something, so just hit me with it.
We got the 5 p.m. update, which gave us a 145 mile per hour storm.
So just below Cat 5.
941, just below Cat 5. But now look what the forecast has it doing.
Holy cow.
So now we have a storm that is probable to make landfall very close to Category 5 strength. If not a Cat 5, it's going to be an extremely strong Category 4 storm as this makes landfall on Jamaica early tomorrow morning, late tomorrow night or early Tuesday morning. It's going to take a long time to get there, which is going to allow it to further strengthen, churn up more energy, gain more water from the ocean. Fortunately, here, we're not dealing with any of that. We're dealing with a beautiful sunset right now and clear, calm conditions. We have some chilly temperatures to deal with. We're down to 49 degrees. We did crack 50 degrees today. Lows tonight are going to be well below freezing. We're tracking a widespread frost and freeze tonight. High pressure has moved in, though, and dry weather persists tonight into tomorrow. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar will continue to be dry. Lows tonight are going to be in the mid to upper 20s with partly cloudy conditions. Coming up, we're going to break down more of Hurricane Melissa's forecast as well as when rainfall makes its return to our forecast. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. Well, it's Sunday, and that means it's time for some Pop Warner.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. It ended up being a pleasant day across central New York. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures cracked 50 degrees. And we're going to continue to see pleasant weather as high pressure continues to control our weather as we head into the beginning of this week. It's going to last through the first half of the week. Take a look at this sunset off of the Nexus Cam, downtown Utica. Beautiful orangish, yellowish glow to the horizon. A beautiful sunrise tonight, setting the stage for what's going to be a beautiful start to our work week. 49 degrees with mostly cloudy skies up at Griffiths and Rome, and we're getting ready for a very chilly night. The other thing I want to make you aware of, 6:06 p.m. sunset time. Yeah, we're getting really earlier, and we're nearing that 6 p.m. mark, and soon we'll be nearing that 5 p.m. mark as clocks change a week from today. Breezy conditions, not so much breezy, but a slight breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour today, will continue to subside as we head into the overnight. We're tracking hard freeze for overnight tonight. It's going to be very chilly. A dry, sunny start to the week. And then a widespread rainfall chance returns on Thursday. Widespread freeze risk for tonight, plenties of pinks and purples on our map, and that indicates that we're expecting widespread temperatures in the 20s across all of central New York tonight. We are all going to be seeing temperatures dip below the freezing mark. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet and dry, and it's going to stay that way for several days as high pressure continues to control our weather. An area of low pressure will begin to approach Wednesday night into Thursday. Hurricane Melissa is an absolute monster. At 5 p.m., it was measured to be a 145-mile-per-hour storm at 941 millibars. It is still strengthening, and it is evident as I continue to look at the infrared live satellite. It's continuing to strengthen at this moment. Since 5 p.m. it has strengthened. It's going to strengthen into a Category 5 hurricane, likely at some point overnight tonight. And then it's going to make landfall either as a very weak Category 5 or a very strong Category 4 hurricane on mainland Jamaica. Doesn't really matter once it gets that strong. It's so destructive that it doesn't make too much of a difference. Once it clears Jamaica, it's going to head for eastern portions of Cuba, as well as towards the island of the Bahamas. And islands of Turks and Caicos will also have to keep an eye on that. But Jamaica, by far, the area that is under the gun right now that needs to take shelter immediately. It's a dire situation in Jamaica, unfortunately. We're expecting widespread destruction. Tonight, going to be very cold locally. Clear skies by tomorrow morning after partly cloudy start allows for temperatures to drop into the 20s region-wide. Going to be frosty freeze start to our week, but temperatures rise up through the 40s. We're in the 40s for most of the day. We may hit 50 degrees for a short period of time. Highs right around 49 degrees. Tomorrow night, very similar, a little bit warmer. Lows right around 30 degrees as opposed to 28. And yet again, highs this week very similar, right around upper 40s to near 50. Lows tonight around 28 degrees, with partly cloudy skies to begin the night. Clearing progresses as we go through the week. A look at your 7-day forecast. We're tracking rainfall to make its return Wednesday night into Thursday. Halloween on Friday, we're tracking some scattered showers. It's not going to be a washout by any sense of the mean, but at this time we might have to recommend the jacket. Scattered showers also possible into Saturday. And yes, on Sunday, we fall back.
2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good late Sunday evening, early Monday morning to you. We're tracking improved conditions throughout the weekend. Started a little showery. We ended up with sunny conditions on Sunday, and that's going to carry over into the beginning of our work week. High pressure is in control through the middle portions of the upcoming week. Take a look at Old Forge, where things are freezing, literally. It is 25 degrees at the Mesonet station at Old Forge, and almost all of central New York is currently at or below freezing. It is very cold tonight. 32 degrees with clear skies up at Griffiths and Rome. Calm winds, we're going to continue to see these temperatures drop all the way down into the 20s, a widespread hard freeze tonight. A hard freeze by tomorrow morning, but fortunately, sunny skies return. It's a dry, sunny start to the week. Temperatures rise tomorrow right up into the upper 40s to near 50. And then rainfall chances make their return Wednesday night into Thursday. Our frost risk for tonight showing plenty of pinks and purples across all of central New York because we're all going to drop below freezing. And as we are looking, we're seeing many areas that are already below freezing. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry, and it's going to stay this way through Monday, through Tuesday, and through the daytime hours of Wednesday before an area of low pressure begins to approach from the west. Taking a look at temperatures across the area of the North Country, seeing temperatures in the upper 20s already. Along the I-90 corridor, we're in the low 30s. As we go to the southern tier, we're going to see a lot more of upper 20s to low 30s. Many of us seeing below freezing temperatures. Just keep that in mind if you're doing any traveling. If there's any standing water out there, it's going to turn to ice rather quickly. Hurricane Melissa, absolute monster of a storm. Going to intensify into a Category 5 storm prior to landfall. It is now forecast to make landfall as a Category 5 storm on the southern Jamaican coastline with 160-mile-per-hour sustained winds. This is going to be a catastrophic, devastating event. Then the next, eastern Cuba, also going to be under the gun from a major hurricane after this crosses Jamaica. This is going to be something that we're going to be tracking for several consecutive days, and this is going to probably go down in history in terms of how serious of an event this is. Tonight, very chilly. Temperatures in the 20s, but we warm up steadily tomorrow thanks to mostly sunny skies. Highs right around the 50-degree mark. Tomorrow, another chilly night. Lows right in the upper 20s to low 30s. A light frost, not quite as hard of a freeze tomorrow night. Tonight, those mostly clear skies, hard freeze, lows in the mid-20s. 7-day forecast. We have a few things on our 7-day forecast. Clouds increase on Wednesday ahead of our next rainfall on Thursday. Showery weather continues on Friday. Trick-or-treat forecast still looks a little up in the air. We're still unsure if it's going to be showery or completely dry. Stick back with us. We're going to fine-tune that. Showery weather continues on Saturday, and then on Sunday, our clocks fall back.